Hey, what's going on, party people? Oh man, I'm answering a person that got a question about a thing. No, I have not very. Oh, I know. Hang on. All right, sorry about that, y'all. I'm trying to answer this question. Might be additional docs that need or did not get signed. Okay, all right. Oh man, what's going on, party people? Where y'all from tonight? Where y'all from? Where y'all from? All right, I'm from Virginia. All right. Oh, hold on. Why is this? Oh, my bad. I had to change something on my end. All right, there we go. Had to change something on my end. I think I got it right. There we go. I had my comments turned off. There we go. There we go. Yeah, I had my comments all jacked up. Okay, now I see everybody's stuff. All right. Yeah. Yeah. Mm. Man, I might get myself in trouble tonight, y'all. I really might. I might get myself in trouble. I got to point out the obvious on something. And and just keep in mind now, my thing is 3 times. When I hear something 3 times, I take notice of it. I'm seeing a pattern of three. I'm seeing a pattern, and it's happened 3 times on my channel very, very recently. And it makes me very concerned because I'm seeing the 3 different people, probably from 3 different states, have done the same thing. And I'm concerned. So I'm gonna talk about that. I'm gonna talk about that for a little bit. So we got Kansas, we got Mississippi, we got New Jersey, we got LaShonda. Yeah, I saw nice pictures you had on Facebook. All right, your first time catching one of these lives. We got Susan up there in Northern Virginia area. You got just being truthful. Yeah, I'm being truthful. Um, New Jersey. We got North Carolina. All right, evening party people from Philadelphia. My man Caprentice. Okay, on his way to Vegas. All right, cool. That's what I'm talking about. Man, yeah. I guess I'm supposed to do the thing where I'm supposed to wait for more people to get in, but I don't like doing that. I be wanting to just get right into it. So I gotta sort of let the algorithm. That's why I need y'all to hit the like button. Hit the like button. Okay, everybody, please hit the like button because when you hit the like button, that tells YouTube that you like what you're seeing or hearing, and then they sort of push it out even more. Okay, so everybody hit the like button. Greatly appreciate that. What's going on? Yeah, me and her talk. We had a good conversation with her. We got Louisiana in the house. We got Tennessee. Nice hair there. All right. So yeah, hit the like button and everything. So let me because I always like to monitor with the stuff on my phone so I can because sometimes I be missing stuff and all of that. Because there's a little bit of a delay between what I'm doing on my computer and when y'all hear me and stuff. So thanks for hitting the like button and everything. So let me put that up there. I'm gonna do it this way so I can keep tabs on the chat. And yeah, 2 cell phones and 2 holders and everything. So all right. All right. So we looking good here. All right. All right. So got my chats up so I can keep tabs on what everybody's saying and stuff. So All right. So here we go, y'all. Here we go. All right. So now this isn't the whole bulk of what I'm gonna talk about tonight. Okay, but this is something that I have to point out. Okay. Um I've been noticing a pattern over the last about, I would say, no more than 6 weeks. Three times I've had people come onto the channel in the comments and compliment what I do, but they all predicate what they before they say anything about how they like the channel or the videos or any of that. All three of them did the same thing. They made it a point to say that they took a particular course and graduated from it, passed it, or what have you. Now, I'm not going to say the course. Y'all can figure that out. It's down in the comments if they haven't, the person haven't deleted the comments, several videos, and y'all don't have to post it here and all of that. Now, this isn't me talking about that person, their course from per se. It's more so I noticed this pattern that, and I've seen it in the past, but but it's more prevalent, starting to become more prevalent now, is that people lead off comments with, I took this person's course, I took this so and so's course. But all three indicated in one way, shape, or form that they're struggling with doing the job of a notary, or that they're looking for additional information. They want more knowledge. And basically all of them have asked me through the comments, and there's nothing wrong with this, to provide them with additional help. So the last person that commented, I basically was like, and this was from last night. My video, was it from last night or the night before, whatever? Might have been last night. I'm basically saying, I don't understand how a human being can pay for a course, but then turn around and now you have to go look for help elsewhere, because I was thinking that the course was supposed to help you to do your job as a notary. It's supposed to help you go out here, but you spend money on the course and you're not able to go do the job of a notary. That's a problem to me. Okay. And it doesn't matter who course it is. You're spending money to do this business, but you're not being empowered to do it. That's a serious problem, in my opinion. Okay. And you notice I've always said, when people talk about I need training, I say, before you talk about, but when you say you want training, you first have to define what you want to get trained in. So if you're not defining what it is you need to get trained in, then that becomes a problem. Okay. That really, really becomes a problem and everything. And like this person said, that's why he's scared to spend money on them. Because, and the comment, and the person then responded back and basically said they were just taught about like the speed of getting through the signing, hurry up and get through it. That's what I interpret from the comment. And if you look into it has to be the video. I think it was the video from last night. So you go in there and look at look through the comments, you'll see it. And you'll see what I asked, because these courses aren't cheap. You're talking about $200 to $600 in most cases. And then ongoing supposed some connection support, Facebook groups, whatever groups, one-on-ones, mentoring, however you want to call it. And again, I'm not trying to be funny, but this is just the way I think. You spend money with this individual or individuals to learn something, but then you have to go over here to someone else to really learn how to do the job. It's like going to school all year, but the only reason why you can pass to the next grade is because you had to go to summer school. You pass these other classes, but the main class you needed to pass, you didn't pass. Why? Because you really wasn't taught. So you had to go to summer school. So it's almost like people are coming to me as if I'm summer school. I'm summer school to help people over the hump. I'm the summer school. Okay. and you're going to main school, regular school that you're paying for, and then you're coming over here and say, "Hey, what you got for free?" Now I got over 900 videos, so it's a lot of information. Now, here's the thing: a lot of people are like, "Well, just go do a video on that." I've already done it. If you go and I gave them the Notary Basic playlist, and I've showed people over and over again how to find my videos, all of that. The videos are out there because trust me, when you want to find something, you'll find it. I got 900 videos, over 900 videos. Information's there, various playlists. The information is there. But what I'm finding is that a lot of people they look at one or two videos. Oh, okay, you cool, Griff, but they don't really go and look at the other ones. Okay, people have selective hearing, selective execution of stuff, and then they end up like, well, just make a video about that for me. I'm not doing that. Okay, not doing it. That's why lately I've been saying if you look at a video and you like the information and it's helping you to move forward, in other words, if it's helping you to pass because you came to summer school, then hit the super thanks on there and show some love, you know, show some love to me and what I'm doing for you to help you out with what you know with whatever whatever it is that you needed help with. So let me just share this with y'all real quick. Let me share. Okay. And let me just be clear. This isn't me begging. Mhm. This isn't me begging for money or any of that. This is me pointing out something to y'all. I have to sort of shrink it down, but you see this right here. It says super thanks. So what that is saying that if you like a video that I did, something, you know, it has some value to it. I'm gonna zoom in here a little bit. If there's some value that you felt that you got out of it, you can do a super thanks. Oh wow, I didn't know it went up that high. Okay, now I don't expect nobody to do all that. I'm like, okay, you know, $2, $5, whatever. But feel free to do that. If the video that I did provided you with some value, okay? Because if you spent two, three, $400 and it didn't help you to be able to move forward in this business, and then you find someone who is helping you, show your appreciation. That's why I actually hit the like button, share, and even more recently said, okay, well then hit the super thanks. I'm gonna still do what I do, whether you do that or not. But I think it's only fair. I'm just being straight with you, okay? And y'all know I really don't talk like this, but I think it's only fair. Hold on, what's that? I always say exhaust the free resources and then whatever method of teaching don't work, then try. Yeah. And then it said the best training courses I took were both on 100. One was $79.59, and they was really good. And some of these educational systems are predatory. Correct. Now, the trainers out here, the people, they're going to do what they do. They're in a groove. They're going to do what they do. There's people who are going to find value out of it. There's people who are going to say, "Yeah, it helped me." That's fine. But if you think something that I did help you, I'm just going to be straight with you. Hit the super thing. It's not from a standpoint of, oh, Griff need the money, he broke and this, that. No, 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 no. That is not the case whatsoever. Okay. That is not the case whatsoever with Griff. I'm out here busting butt, doing what I got to do for me and my family. Okay. Let me see here. Right. And let me do this here. All right. So just so y'all can see, you see all of this? This was my calendar for last month. Closings. Some of them have my wife's appointments that she for her school, but this is me. This is me out here working. Those little ones with the little colored banners, those bills I had to pay. But you can see I'm out here working, probably doing at least 2 signings a day. There was a couple of times that like, yeah, I have, 5, but I'm out here doing work. So this isn't about money. This is me, I'm out here hustling and doing what I got to do. But if you like what I'm doing, hit the super things. But it's a concern of mine because let's just be real. Somebody who comes out and says, "Yeah, I went to MIT, but this this week I'm gonna go to the community college so I can really learn how to do what I so I can get it to learn what I need to do to get a job." I'm not saying that they're bad, but there's a problem and there's a pattern here where I'm, I'm seeing people are taking courses, training courses, irregardless of who, and then they're scouring the internet looking for help. Let me say that again. They're taking courses, irregardless of who it's from. Doesn't even matter how much it costs. But for the most part, it's costing them at least $200 or more. They take this course, they are certified, and then what are they doing next? Going through the internet, trying to find somebody to really help them get the job done. That's a problem. Now, if you don't think that's a problem, cool to you. But me, I think that's a problem because if this was your son or your daughter, your spouse, would you expect your spouse to go spend money on something and then got to go find resources to help them to actually do the job? You don't even like it in your own job that you go and do training. They say, "Hey, take this training so you can learn how to do such and such." You take the training and it didn't nowhere near prepare you for the role that they promoted you to. And you're like, okay, now I got to go find some help. Matter of fact, I got to go to my friend who happens to be in the same position that I'm in and get them to help me do this. That's a problem. Okay. That is a problem. Thank you very much, Vicky V, for the super chat. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. She's one of the members. That's a problem across the board. And it doesn't matter again. And I know people probably run back to these trainers. Who Griff said this about you? Look, truth be told, any human being on this earth, regardless of the industry that they're in, if you have a family member who's paying money for something, and then after they pay money, get whatever certificate, diploma, the little hat, all of that, and then it's like, oh, you gotta go take these other courses, you got to go pay for more schooling, you got to go find somebody to actually show you, then what the heck did we pay for? That's the concern. And all of this leads into the topic of tonight, consistency. Because here's the issue. When you have not been properly trained to move forward in what you're trying to do, it makes you unable to be consistent. You can't consistently do the job if you haven't been properly trained to do the job. Mhm. And yeah, I didn't see that one coming. But that's where it's at. So it says HELOCs, and thanks again, Vicky. HELOCs in New Jersey have been holding me down lately. Yeah. Did my first VA refi last week, and I was so happy to get the experience. Leaving VA, I don't expect to see VA go. After leaving VA, yeah, those veteran affair loans, yeah. So here's the thing. Here's the thing. People are going to be doing some refinances because they're losing jobs and they need money. So people are refinancing out of their low interest rates. And y'all heard me talk about this in the past. They're refinancing out of their 2 and 3% interest rates into 7 and 8% because they need cash out. There are people cashing out and they're like, okay, it was great to have this low interest rate, but daggone it, I need money to pay the bills, to pay the college, this, that, and the other. Okay. I did a refinance the other last week or the week before last, and the lady, I'm looking on my calendar. Hold on. What is today? Yeah. When did I do that? 2 weeks ago. Yep, the 18th. I'm looking at it now. Yeah, the 18th. On the 18th, I did a on the 18th, I had one, two, three, four. I had four on the 18th. So on the 18th, I had one, and that lady was pulling out money to help pay for her son's college. She was refinancing into, I think her probably she was at like a 5.5. So she had good credit. So she was able to keep it pretty low. That's good compared to other people. But this is what's going on. So you got to be ready for it. So, and my man Romeo, Romeo Rome, thank you very much. I appreciate it. I've gotten so much out of listening to live streams and videos. Your page is wealth of free and valuable information. Thanks for everything. I appreciate that, man. And that's what my goal is. I'm never going to stop, and it's not even my goal to stop what other trainers are doing and things of that nature. It's to bring a different perspective. It's to bring the other side, because as I always said, people teach and do things out of their own experience. So this is what matters to them. This is what's important to them. No problem. I'm doing what's important and what matters to me, and I'm giving it to y'all to the best of my ability, as free as I possibly can. If there needs to be something done for pay, I do everything I can to make it as affordable as I possibly can. But the thing is, there are so many people who are tapped out financially. That's why I don't really do a whole lot of paid training. I do it from time to time, but I get nervous about it, to be honest, because I know people are tapped out financially. So, but they need help. So it's like, how do you do all of that? But the bottom line is simply this. You say what now? It said most of your signers have credit 7 to 800s. That's good. That is very good. That is very good. And that helps them out tremendously. That really, really does help them out tremendously. If consistency is the key to success, and hold on, let me go back to something. For those of you who take training courses, I'm not saying you can't, I'm not saying you shouldn't. But I'm gonna just be straight with you. It's not a good look when you say, "Hey, I took so and so's training course. I took these training courses," because some people are taking 4 and 5 training courses, and you're leading off with, "Hey, I took this course," as if, "Hey, that course is the end all be all," or "Wow, look what I did." But then you're asking for people to help you with the bare basics of what you're supposed to be doing as a notary. That doesn't look too good. And there are title companies and lenders who come on the channel and they're like, okay, if you took training, then why are you still struggling? You'd be best off not mentioning that you took the training. Now, as I told one person, and I don't know, was this a way that you say, well, I took this training, this person's course, and then people start looking you up and then they click on your affiliate link to go back to them, because that's what some trainers will tell you to do. They will tell people, and for the most part, I don't think, part of me doesn't think that any of these three individuals, that was their goal. I don't, I personally don't know, but I'm just hoping that's what it was. It wasn't that, but I have to address it so you'll know that I understand that if that's the game, I understand the game. That, hey, go to other people's YouTube channels, Facebook groups, and mention that you took my training, and then here's an affiliate link so they can click it, and then you can make some money off of it. If that's the case, I thought you took your training to be a notary, not somebody to. And thank you for being a new member. Thank you. We got some good stuff in the member section there, and we're gonna be doing some member training next weekend. So I got to send out the Zoom link for y'all. And thank you, Susan. Yeah, me and Susan been working hard. She's been doing some awesome stuff. Yeah, she called me that. Susan called me anytime. Susan, good people. Susan has hopped on this business and is doing really, really good. But you're here to be a notary, not push and peddle other people's courses. They can do that themselves. What you need to focus on is learning how to be a good notary and executing that on a day in and day out basis. Your focus should not be trying to show off that you took somebody's training and then hold on, this is the person I was helping out earlier. Okay, gotcha, gotcha. So, you know, that should not be your goal. Your first 6 months to a year should not have anything to do with other stuff you peddling and you're not doing closings. So y'all gonna do what you want to do. You're gonna come in my comments or anybody's comments, and you're gonna say, "Hey, I just finished so and so's training. Wow, your information is great. I love it." And sometimes it seems like you're buttering somebody up, but you're leading off with, "I took somebody's training." And most people look at it as, well, if you took their training, then why are you asking for help over here? Isn't that person you paid in a position to help you? Shouldn't they be helping you? That's why I said earlier I might be getting in trouble tonight. I might be getting in trouble because some people might be like, and again, I'm not trying to start no stuff, but it's really making me wonder what the heck is going on here. And maybe this is why people are really having a problem with being able to stay focused on doing what they got to do. Dark, always dark room media. All right, good to see you. Good to see you. She got the pink hand waving going on. So, all of that I just said, in my opinion, can interfere with your ability to be consistent because we know consistency makes you stronger. It makes you more knowledgeable when you consistently go to class, when you consistently read, when you consistently go work out, when you consistently do things, you get better and stronger. Now, provided that you open your mind and you actually allow yourself to learn and grow from your experience. If you don't, then it makes it impossible. Same thing, because on the other side of the trainer part that we just finished talking about, if you're not learning what you need to learn from that trainer, it's either they're not teaching it, or if they are teaching it, you're not allowing yourself to comprehend it. So now you have to decide which one it is. So, and I know most people, well, it ain't always on the trainer. These notaries want to be handheld. These notaries want, yeah, they do. They do. But the reason why a lot of y'all want to be handheld, and tell me if I'm wrong, the reason why you want to be handheld is because so many people fearmonger this business and make you think that you need to be handheld because it's so difficult, it's so complex, it's so scary. You got what? Where the heck? I ain't got. You got a whole stack. I don't have no papers around here. You got a whole stack of stuff like this of of loan doc summaries that you got to try to memorize, and you're sitting here like, how do I do it? So it makes you feel like you need to be handheld sometimes. Okay. Thank y'all for hit the like button, y'all. Thank you very much. So that's the other side of the house. So what I learned is if I'm consistent with this business, it opens the door. Consistently having my mind focused on being ready. So if I'm consistently every single day, I'm prepared to go out here and do a signing, even at the last minute, that no matter what, in other words, I know I'm getting ready to cook dinner, but I'm ready to go do a signing. If I'm going to cook dinner, do I have some frozen dinners in there to feed the kids? All right, kids, chew on this one until I get back. Chew on this here hungry man meal until I get back. Okay. Chew on that. And then when I get back, we'll heat it up if you ain't finished eating it already. Okay. Whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? I had to learn to be consistently ready to do a closing. Because when I first started in the business, and I do this full time, because a lot of people keep asking me, yes, I do this full time, working a job, and I realized I had to have a set of clothes ready to go to a closing. I had to have The printers full of paper. Okay, yep, they ready. I had to have the printers with paper in it. I had to have paper. I had to have toner. I had to have the things that I needed so that if somebody called me, I can go. Now, here's the biggest area of consistency that I had to improve on. Is right here. Keeping my phones with me. Let me tell you, the end part of this month, of last month, August, oh my goodness, there was at least 6 closings that I missed because I walked away from my phone just for a brief moment. And normally, wherever I go in this house, I got my phones with me. My wife was like, "What are you doing on your phone? What are you doing on your phone?" And people think I have a flip phone because when I'm walking around, I walk around with my phones like this, 2 phones, and I always got them like this. People thinking that I got a flip phone, and no, I don't. This is just the way I carry my phones a lot of time, so I can keep track because orders come in at any point in time. Matter of fact, yeah, orders will come in almost at any point in time. Yesterday, I'm vacuuming the rental car. I was vacuuming the rental car. Orders was coming in. Some of them I could do, and I said, "Yeah, I'm available." Then I didn't get them, and then others was like, "No, I'm not available." You go to the restroom, take your phone with you. You go upstairs, take your phone. You go downstairs, take your phone. There's orders that I have missed because I was like, okay, let me run downstairs. And it's like as soon as I leave, that's when it happened. If you ever want to get notifications, leave your phone somewhere and go around. Oh, go out there and cut the grass. When I'm cutting grass, it takes me a long time to cut grass because I'm constantly checking my phone. Because it's like I'm cutting grass and then all of a sudden the phone. And I walk with my little earbuds in my ear with the volume turned up on my phone so that I can hear the ding. I got a special ding on my thing for an order. I had to learn to be consistent. And once I figured out how to be consistent, my man there, Danny, yeah, I saw that fritter you sent me, man. The picture of that fritter, that thing looked nice. I might have to take a trip up there and get that. But yeah, Danny, he's doing good. Me and him have been doing a couple of doc reviews, so he's doing real good. He's moving forward in the business. Very, very proud of him. Very, very proud. And I'm proud of another member. She just did a trust closing, that was trust assignment today. Somebody found her through her neighborhood or local thing, and she went out there and did it. We talked about that before she went, and she did that very well. So very proud of her. She made her money, and she's doing good with that. So consistency is about, at least with this business, always being ready to do an order. And it took me some time, maybe 6 months, maybe almost a year, to really get my mind to a point of I gotta always be ready. And it took me some time to get to the point where I had enough paper, I had enough folders, I had pens. I just bought another box of pens. So I got pens, I got stuff. And then even from the standpoint of having the stuff I need in my car, being consistent and putting stuff on my calendar. And those of you who've been following me, especially from the beginning, y'all know I have fit sometime because I wouldn't. Some there were days where I forget to put something on my calendar, and I would get out of habit. And then next thing you know, I got 3 signings back to back. I'm talking about like at 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in 3 different cities. But what helped me to manage those and to get them done was the simple fact that I was consistent in having my stuff together. So if I get an order, I literally can run in the house. I already got my computer up and running, log in, and I'm ready to print. I got Adobe up, I got this, I got that, I got everything. I got SnapDocs, signing order, I got all the ones that I normally get my orders from, and then I'm able to go and do it. I have a consistent pattern and I've developed it now and I'm doing very well with it. As soon as I get an order, I put it on my calendar. So even like I'm starting to get orders from Amrock. Amrock at least I don't remember, doesn't have a way that I can just directly put on the camera. Maybe I haven't, I gotta go look. But if it doesn't, what I do is as soon as I get an order from Amrock, I go to the calendar and I type in Amrock closing and the last name of the person and the city. And then I go back and fill in the details later. But I throw it on there so that way I know for this date, this time, I got a closing for Amrock for this person in this city. I do that every single time. I got a home builder. They call me, they say, hey, boom, no problem. Boom. I put it on the calendar and then I make sure I add my wife to it so she'll know that I got a closing that day, as well as anybody else, which is my sons and stuff. So these are things that I had to learn to consistently do. Now, and after all of that, none of that helps you if you didn't learn the business correctly. So you have to learn the business correctly so that when the time comes for execution, you can actually execute. And you can do that what? Consistently. Most of you, as well as I at one point, and it could be the same way if I go down that path again. If I'm not confident in my ability to do my job, and my job isn't just to market, okay, my job is to properly notarize the signatures on a document for the person who's in front of me, to properly fill that notarial certificate out. If I'm not confident in that, how can I be consistent in doing good work? There is no good work without consistently completing the notarial certificates that we are assigned. Because, and I'm saying that from the assumption that you understand that the person across from you needs to sign that document, they need to date it, and they may need to initial it. Those three things: sign, date, initial. Once they do their part, then you have to do your part when applicable. And if you're not confident in doing your part when applicable, how can you truly market yourself and set up yourself to be consistent in a path? Because here's what happens as human beings: when we're not confident in doing something, then we don't prepare for it. You can't prepare for something you're not confident in. There's no way you can prepare for something you're not confident in. Now, if you agree with that, put a one in the chat. If you agree that you cannot adequately prepare for something you're not confident in, how can you how can you be prepared and you're not even confident that you can do the thing? Because if you're not confident that you can do it, then you're going to be having self-doubt as to whether you would ever get selected. And if you do get selected or get the opportunity to be selected, you know what you'll do? You will then turn around and find a way to make an excuse not to do it. That's what you would do. You will talk your way out of doing the opportunity that's been presented. Why? And let's just be real. Many of you have not done anything in this business, not because you didn't take a expensive course or a cheap course, but because you're not confident in your ability to execute the job when it comes time to. That's what the issue is. Is that I usually miss an opportunity when I'm driving because Apple. Oh man, I didn't know that. See, Team Android. Team Android. I had no idea that that was a thing with them. Okay, that is interesting. So we got a couple of ones. Yeah, you cannot you cannot adequately prepare for something you're not confident that you can even do. Why would you prepare for it? Why? I mean, okay, men, we and women will hear this. We heard the old stories how sometimes back in the day, the depression, men would just leave and just go. They would say, "Babe, I'm going out to get a pack of cigarettes. I'll be back," and never come back. When a man doesn't feel adequate that he can actually take care of the family, he'll just leave. Back in the day, they would leave. They were just like, "I'm going." Nowadays, some of these cats they just gonna lay there, like that Wesley Snipes and Sanaa Lathan movie. He'll just lay up there all day. But some men back in the day, and probably even nowadays, and even some young ladies, if they don't feel confident that they can do what they need to do, like for men, it's our family. For the most part, for the men, if I can't take care of my wife or take care of my wife and children, then I just leave because I'm a burden on them. And sometimes young ladies, the women feel that way about their children. If I don't feel that I can raise this child, let me give it to somebody who can. Problem is this: with the notary business, you just can't say, well, I'm gonna just give my business to somebody else, because you ain't really developed any business. But you done spent money to get in this business, and they just gonna wind up passing by. And that's when you start feeling bad. That's when you start feeling even worse about this. That's why I strongly encourage people, take the less expensive route of going to the NNA, using their resources, the notary assist, the signing agent training, get your feet solidified there, understand what your state wants and doesn't want you to do as a notary, and then you can move forward. Now, right now, you're probably saying, and thank you, Tracy G. Thank you very much for your super chat. Greatly appreciate it. She's an awesome notary. I don't remember if I talked to her. I think me and her talked. I can't remember. I can talk to so many people. So if I can't remember if I talked to you, my apologies. But thank you very much, Tracy G. I greatly appreciate it. Now, here's the thing. Why are other people who take these same trainers that you took or somebody else took, why are they succeeding and you not? Mindset. Some of them already know or knew how to notarize properly before they got into business. So if you already had the right mindset or right business mindset, and even if you didn't have the business mindset, if you already knew how to notarize, if you already understood your notarial law, you understood what to do with that, and you don't overthink it, you don't overstress yourself with the minute details. There are people who can actually take these other folks' courses, and they can say, okay, yeah, that's a lot of fluff. And they can just whittle it down to the nitty gritty. They can be like, okay, this is the nitty gritty of what they're teaching. That's okay. You saying all of this here, do it this way, learn this doc, learn this way, this, that, and the other. But the nitty gritty is what? Okay, boom, got it. And that's the kind of person I am. I hear what you're saying, and then I'm like, okay, nah, there it is. Okay, that's what the deal is. Example: when I was looking at doing the Amazon store, the drop shipping stuff, I walked in there and I said a little prayer. I said, Father, show me the truth of this. I just want you to show me the truth of this here opportunity, what this is talking about, so that I'll know whether it's for me. And the guy was talking all these numbers and sharing this and showing that charts and this, that, and the other. And he kept he was slowly getting down to the core of what I really needed to know before I went and made a decision. And I didn't know what the core was, but I just felt I could see it coming. So he was started out here and was just getting narrow and narrow and narrow down to the truth about this business. And he made this one statement. Some of you have heard me talk about this before. He said, if you have, we'll just use my pens. He said, if you have these pens, you can sell these. If you get these pens for let's just say $2 each, and you decide to sell them for $5, okay, that's a good profit. He said, but the algorithm sometimes will reduce the price from $5 down to $3. That means you're only getting $1 profit. He said, also, if you doing the FBA, talking about fulfilled by Amazon, FBA, fulfilled, meaning the order was fulfilled by Amazon, that they say you have to take your pens and ship them to Amazon or whatever your products you have and pay Amazon 30 some bucks a month to house them in the warehouse so that they can ship them out for that 1 and 2 day shipping. And whether you sell something or not, you got to pay that $39. And there's a chance that your pen that you bought for $2 might get the price dropped down to $1 or $3 or whatever, to where you're not even making a profit at all or very little profit. Whereas somebody else who bought these same pens, they was able to get them for 15 cents a piece, and they're selling them for $5. But if the price gets dropped down to 3, they still making money. When he said that, I said, I'm out. I left. I said, nope, mm-mm, nope, not for me. Not gonna do it. Nope, I'm done. Because that wasn't a risk that I was willing to take. See, I had to figure out what the risk was. And once I understood what the risk was, I was like, okay, I'm done. So with the notary business and with any business, you have to figure out, okay, what is the truth of this business? What is okay? It's all the way down. Oh, okay, this is what the deal is. And once you understand that, then you can make a decision whether it's for you or not. Unfortunately, let's be real. The majority of you had to come into this business, not even really had, but for the most, you came into this business not really getting the whole truth disclosed to you about what's going on. That's why I share the things that I share with y'all on my channel. Said my father did that. It was 1980. He was 8. He was a Vietnam vet, and he said he was going to buy cigarettes, and I didn't see him again for over 35 years. Yeah, that's a real thing. There's people who, yeah, when you're not confident in your ability to take care of something that is critical and important, people will just walk away. And that's what's happening in this notary business. Many of you, in some cases, you haven't even walked away. You're just not even trying to start. You're just giving up because you was told that this is the way this business is. And then you realize that it's not flowing that way. Or if it does flow that way, it's flowing that way over there, but not here. And then if it is flowing like that here, when you call and talk to people, they tell you, oh, well, we already got we're full. We don't need any more notaries. See, you have the false perception, the false understanding via some human being that is a notary or that's operating in the notary sphere, because not everybody who's selling stuff in this business is a notary. I found that out about a year ago. I found that out. Very shocking to me because I never even thought about it like that, but that's the truth. So that's what's happening. So they have educated you or made you believe that there's no limit to the amount of notaries that a title company will work with. That you can just go to any title company and they will always want to bring in a new notary. And that is not the case. That you can always, now the signing companies are always looking for new notaries, but you've been told the signing companies are bad. Don't mess with them because they take too much of your money. Look at the CD. So you look at the CD and wow, if you it's hard for you to look at the CD because you ain't even taking the orders. So you're looking at a CD that somebody else presented to you, and you're like, wow, they only paid you that, and they made that. No, I'm going to title. You go, hey, Mr. and Miss Title, can you use an order? Well, we already got 4, and that's we're tapped out. We only got enough business to support 4. Huh? I need closings. Well, why don't you try a signing company? I was told not to do. I want to be direct. Sorry. See, here's the thing: you can't make a title company accept you. You can't make any company use you and select you and give you business at all because that's their right. Is there? It's important to hang in there. Take all the signing. Take the signings that you can. That is correct. Take the signings that you can. That is how I built my business. That is all I know to do is to take whatever orders come. As I told you, young lady, call. I'm thinking it might be a title company. So I said, let me answer the phone. Yes, I was in a signing. And she said she needed somebody to do an apostille. She said, do you do them? I said, yes. She said, I was the 9th person. There's 8 other people out here in my area that for some reason or another Either they chose not to do it, or she chose not to use them for whatever reason. She called me, and I'm very thankful that she didn't stop after 8 and tell that person, can't help you. But she called me and she was like, can you do that? And I said, I'll get it done for you. And I received the documents today, told her that I got them. It's going to get done first thing next week, and then it's shipped back to them. I'm going to make it happen. And it's not even, and for me, it's not even about the money. It's, I can tell she needs this to happen for her business, and I'm going to make it happen, regardless of what I get. So whether I price myself too low and all that, I ain't worried about that. Now the average notary, oh man, you could have paid, man, you could have charged them more. Can we focus on getting the daggone job done? That's where the problem comes in. That's why I shared with y'all last night the story about the 2-hour signing that I did last night, the last day of the month. And I got paid what people told me I should get paid. But nobody knows how long a signing is going to be for the most part, unless it's commercial. Those are usually can be 2 hours minimum. But you don't know that this refi is going to be 2 hours. You don't. Could have been 30 minutes, but nonetheless, you don't really know. So this is where consistency comes in. But if you're not educated properly, you can't execute properly, which means you're going to be all over the place. You're going to be sort of doing it right. And then depending on who you're listening to, that can also, you're listening to these people, you're listening to that person. Now, one thing that y'all should be consistent in doing, you should be consistently asking questions of people who is putting information out there. Make them prove that what they're saying is valid and that it can apply to you. Many of you are consistently not asking questions, so therefore you're just going with the flow and trying to figure out why it ain't flowing. The reason why, because you didn't ask any questions, and therefore you just implement something that has no foundation in ever working for you in your area. Now, feel free to ask any questions. I know I've been running my mouth for a minute here. So feel free to ask any questions concerning this business, anything you want to know, had a thought on an opinion on, or anything. I'm more than willing to answer because I know many of you don't get an opportunity to get questions answered. You ask questions in Facebook groups, and by you asking the question, you get inundated with all types of click this and pay me and I'll tell you. So it says you have to answer the phone and your text. Received a trust signing, only 75 pages for 85. Clients already had documents, no printing mail. Yeah. And see, here's the thing. Tell me why that's not a good deal. Because there's notaries out there will say, oh, no, well, how far you had to drive? Because see, again, this is I'm going to find a reason to not make money. So 17 pages. Okay, that's low. $85. Yeah, that's what they would say. And they already got the documents, and I don't have to print and I don't have to mail anything. And just before they formulate out of their mouth that that's a good deal, they're like, whoa. I mean, these gas prices. Oh, what about your daycare? You know what I'm saying? What about the fact that you got to put clothes on? How much water did you spend washing up? I mean, they will find a reason to say that this isn't a good deal. How much wind was blowing or is going to be blowing and create drag on your car so you're not getting the fuel efficiency that you should be getting? Really? But that's the mindset of some people out here, party people, that they look for a reason to tell you you should not make money. And that's what's going on out here, as I said over and over again. You should not make money. That's all they're saying. You shouldn't make money. You shouldn't make money. But here's the thing. I made a great connection last night with two realtors, the husband and wife, both real estate agents. I keep saying realtor. Realtors and real estate agents are two different things. So most of the time when I'm saying realtors, I mean real estate agent. But they were impressed with the fact that I stood in there and I knew what I was talking about and I got the job done correctly. That's what matters. Now, if you can, I know each one of y'all have the ability to do that. You just got to be willing to do what it takes. And now, going forward, you got to say, okay, let me decipher, let me not disseminate, that's sharing, but let me first decipher the information that's coming to me and to make a determination as to whether or not it's valid. Now, here's something that I got that I'm doing. I meant to say this earlier and been on there an hour. And I said I had a special announcement for those. Here's the deal. Okay. For people, and this is for new notaries who's struggling out there. And now this doesn't include the people who are on my YouTube channel, the members. Okay. Y'all, this isn't for y'all because y'all got me and we do training and all that. If you're a new notary and you want some one-on-one training, because the last person that commented after saying they took so-and-so's training, and that's what really broke my heart, to be honest. They said they took this person's training, but they still didn't understand jurats, acknowledgments, or the Patriot Act. And I'll just be honest. I don't see how anybody could do any kind of training of any sort without at least making sure that the people understand the bare basics. Why I say that is, and yes, each state has their own law. Okay, the reason is because we know people are struggling with that. And y'all should not accept this premise of, well, every state law is different. So therefore, I can't teach you or help you with your state's notarial stuff. Then what are you trying to help me with? Let's be real. What are you really trying to help me with? So you can't help me in the core of what I'm supposed to be doing. So I'm supposed to believe that you have the answer for this, but yet you admit that you don't have the answer for what's really important. So why should I trust and believe that you really can help me out in marketing and growing my business when you can't even help me to do the business? Okay. Just got myself in real trouble there with these people. But I mean, this is the practicality of it. Let's just be practical. Hey, Griff, how do I handle this jurat? And I'm not sure if I understand this jurat. Oh man, every state law is different. I can't help you because these state laws are different. And because the state laws are different, I can't nope, 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 nope. You look, throw it in a Facebook group. Now, who in the heck gonna tell you that the trainer, Griff, can't help you with this, but then tell you to put it in a Facebook group and in hopes that somebody in the Facebook group who has way less experience than me will be able to help you and tell you the truth. So go to the NNA. You know, that's what I mean. If I'm not going to help you, then let's get you to the NNA, bump it. But it don't make sense. You see what I'm saying? So this is where the problem lies at. So you can do this business, but you're going to have to really refocus and recalibrate, make some hard decisions. And if the people and see when that guy said that, that broke my heart. I think it was a guy, gentlemen. So what I'm going to do is if you need help, I'm offering this weekend, not saying I'm not going to say the word only, but at least for this weekend, and this isn't some kind of Labor Day, so this just happened to fall this way. Sunday and Monday, because I got one closing tomorrow, and then I'm resting the rest of the day. But Sunday and Monday, if you feel you need training, you need some one-on-one, or and if I have to, we can do a small group of probably 5 people or something like that, no more than 5. If you feel, let me see how I want to do this. Email me there. Email me there, and we'll set something up. I honestly haven't figured out a price. I really haven't, because I really haven't figured out a price. Maybe $40, $50, something like that. Honestly, this is just something that came up today. I thought about, um, because I'm constantly seeing people saying, I took training, but then they need help. So, and then for some reason, even though I have videos talking about a lot of this stuff, some people will not, either they cannot, because that's just the way they learn, or they will not allow themselves to learn from looking at a video, even though you look at videos. But when it comes to learning, it's like there's something that's stopping you from comprehending the information that's out there, because you feel that, well, maybe if you told me yourself, which whatever I say in the videos, I would say the same thing in a one-on-one session with you. That's why I'm very leery about doing these, because it's not like when you get with me one-on-one, I'm gonna say something that is going to be so different, and like only you will know it and no one else. I don't do that. If we happen to talk about something and it's like, oh man, and something, I'm gonna hop on the video and share it with everybody, because I'm trying to help everybody. So this isn't just about helping you. This is about helping everybody. Okay. It just wouldn't be fair for me to share something only for you, and then you like got the goods, and then next thing you know, you making $80,000 a month doing notary, and everybody else like, well, Griff told me the secret sauce. Well, why he didn't share? I don't do that. Okay. Other folk do, but I don't do. So thank you very much. Thank you very much. And hello to you, Terry, the Notary Public. So if you feel you need help, and I will push you to help you to get this. I'm not just going to say, here's the answer. If you want just the answer, that's not me. But if you really need help, shoot me an email. We'll figure something out for this Sunday and or Monday. I probably think I may be able to spend 30 minutes, maybe no more than an hour, helping you get the core of what you need. But that's going to be dependent upon you, and we'll go from there. If I don't hear from anybody, that's all right with me. Just like I put out that I was going to help people, that I wanted to help people with dot verify. I haven't done it yet. I've only helped one person out. That's it. So yeah, thank y'all for hitting the like button. I don't know why y'all won't be hitting the like button. But actually, that's more likes than I normally get and everything. That's cool. So 32 likes, 41 people. Okay, that's cool. Okay, that is awesome. To be honest with you, that is awesome and stuff. So if you need help, I'll be willing to help you. Feel free to share that with other people. And yes, I'm aware that there might be some trolls that come in and like, oh, let's see what he. I'm just trying to help you in the area that you feel that you have a deficiency in. So, as I shared with the person who posted a comment, asked me to make videos. I'm like, okay, what is it what's the problem with basically, what areas are you having problem with? Yeah, you're saying jurat, but what is it that you don't understand about a jurat? And this is where we make a mistake. We say, hey, can you teach me? Yeah, yeah. So how do so I don't understand an acknowledgement. I don't understand a jurat. What don't you understand about it? And what happens is that most people haven't even read or researched them at all. They just say, I don't understand it. Why? Because they never was taught that when they was with their trainer. So then they go to do the notary stuff. I don't understand it. But they never go to their notary handbook to try to understand it. They won't even look at a jurat to see if they can understand it. You get what I'm saying? So you're saying you need help with something. A true, in my opinion, a true educator can't really help you unless they know where you need help at. A coach will sit there and see you like, okay, yeah, I see. And they spend time with you. That's why it costs you money to have them to spend time with you to analyze who you are and how you're doing things and say, okay, here's what the problem is. The problem is this. You're making this mistake. I'm not spending that kind of time with you. So there's no way that I can say, okay, this is where you're making your mistake. Now, when I talk to people at the time, okay, now I see it. Yep, here's where the error is. But I believe you can actually articulate to yourself, which would then come to me and say, here's why I'm having a problem at Grill. This is what I don't understand, which means you need to first research and try to find out what an acknowledgement, Patriot Act, all of that stuff is, and then you do it. So that's why I really don't try to push this type of training or paying me for training, because I got videos out there. And I think if you apply yourself, you can learn the stuff without having to pay me to tell you what I've already put out there in a video for free. So right now, somebody say, man, that is it's poor marketing, Grip. You just said, hey, come, you can pay me to help you, but then you're telling them you can actually learn it for free. Because yeah, I'm just being real with you, because y'all know some of y'all are tapped out. Y'all don't have $200-300 to pay me to spend real time with you to help you out like you would really want. You don't have it. And I know that. And I'm not going to ever try to make you pay me something you don't have, because I don't want your spouse dropping a hammer on you. Who is this Uncle Griff? Who are you? Who? No, you ain't paying him nothing. I don't want you to be in that situation. Okay. I don't want your spouse looking at you all cockeyed because you like trying to say, well, I mean, I know we're gonna I don't want, be on late on our mortgage or rent or on a car note, or the kids can't eat. No, we're not going there. You're never going to go in poverty dealing with me. And some people have gone into poverty dealing with these cats out here, and you will not ever go in poverty dealing with me. That is not going to happen. You know, no, that is not going to happen. And I'm 1,000% serious about that. You are not going to go into poverty, you know, um, working with me and me helping you out and stuff. So, what other questions do you have? What other concerns? Are there any concerns? Okay. What concerns do you have about the business, about your next move or whatever? Because we can talk about that real quick. I mean, and that's valid, because you should have a concern, you should. What are you concerned about? Is this still a great business? Yes. Is there a business still out there? Yes. How to get business? That's a big concern. I've talked to signing company owners, and they need to know from you that they can trust you not to make any grave mistakes. They need to know that, and that's why I'm always emphasizing your profile. Stop talking about you took these people's training, and talk about the fact that you know what to do as a notary. And then when you get out there to do it, make sure you have a solid resource that can assist you if you come across something you're not familiar with. And then make sure you focus on, first of all, getting your job done as a notary, which is getting the signatures, after you've done the ID check, getting the signatures, getting it dated by the signers, and getting them to initial. After you've done that, you look at the bottom of that page, and then, or the second page in some cases, do I need to fill out a notarial certificate? It's either yes or no. Well, maybe, no, there's no maybe. Either you do or you don't. And if you got that down pat, then you can move forward. But if you don't have that, then you're just gonna be struggling and stuff. And then my lady Priscilla out there in California, there's a if you go to my business interview playlist, there's an interview that me and her did together about a year and a half ago. Mr. G, you're always on point with your mess. I actually have a moment to watch you live. Good to see you. Good to see you too, lady. So, what do you recommend? The free forms or purchase acknowledgments and jurors from the NNA? Yeah, that is an excellent question. All right. I've been running my mouth so much. Got to take my lozenges. These honeys lozenges are good. So let's go over here. Yes. Excellent question. That's a good question. Mm, 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 mm. So, nationalnotary.com. So, National Notary Association. I got this thing so big. All right, National Notary Association. In in your My NNA section. Now, this, if I'm not mistaken, if you are a hotline membership, if you have a hotline membership with the NNA, this area that I'm about to show you becomes available to you. So you click on that, and then you scroll down to notary certificates. So if you have a hotline membership with the NNA, then you have notary certificates that you can select from depending on what state you're in. So you pick a state, we'll just go with Hawaii. And then Hawaii has an all purpose acknowledgement, a jurat with an affiant statement. Now, let's talk about the differences between those two. Jurat is basically for affidavits. All right. And this is Hawaii's jurat. It has all of this stuff here. Whatever this is, I'm not even going to try to break it down because I don't know it. So this is what they have here. And then the NNA also provides instructions. Okay, so you have instructions. Now they got this stuff with the circuit court, so that's probably why there's all this number of pages, document description, all of that. So let's go back over here. Jurat with affiant statement. The difference is that the affiant is going to be making some kind of actual statement. You see how easy this is to figure it out? What is the affiant statement? Well, you click on the thing and you look and say, oh, they are making a statement. See the attached document, notaries cross out lines 1 through 7, or see the statement below lines 1 through 7 to be completed only by document signer. So meaning the signer of the document, not the signer of this certificate, but the signer of the actual document this is for, they're making a statement of some sort, and they're going to put that statement here. Okay. So then, and then you see here as an example, is showing that if the statement is an attached document, then you cross this out. So it says description of the document, check that box first. If the jurat is going to be attached to another document, if so, cross out 1 through 7, check the second box. If the affiant is going to make a statement. And then affiant statement, these lines are provided for the affiant to complete his or her own statement and should not be completed by the notary. So it's telling you the notary is not supposed to do this, not supposed to complete the statement for them. If the affiant is not using a certificate to make the statement, lines 1 through 7 should be crossed out. So basically saying that if they're going to provide something, they should, do that. And it says signatures of affiant is signed, completed through lines 1 through 6, attached document. Okay. So you just read through. So the only question that I would actually have is if a person made a statement and only used 5 of these lines, do you cross through line 6. I would assume you do. I would assume you do. And you say, well, it says signature, and if they are making a statement here, then they have to sign it. So I would assume you make a but you need to find out from the NNA or from your state, Hawaii, whether or not that's the case. Because I don't see anything in here that actually says it should be crossed out. Like the lines that don't get written on should be crossed out. But that's with Hawaii. So we'll just take Florida. Got a disabled persons jurat, disabled persons acknowledgement. Okay, that's new to me. Let's see what they're talking about. Okay. So I'm looking to see what's different. Okay, so I guess, okay. So I see. So there's witnesses. Okay, there's witnesses involved. So a person with a disability. So it said the foregoing instrument was acknowledged before me by means of physical presence or online this date by a person and subscribed by the notary at the direction of some other person and in the presence of these witnesses. So I guess this is if somebody told the person up here to do something. See, this is where you got to go read the direction. So I'm not even gonna get into that. It's like, but you get what I'm saying, folks. So if you go to the NNA, you have the hotline membership. This is where you can get these individual acknowledgments for your state. And it tells you again, jurat with affiant statement basically looks the same, but some of the stuff that was over here for the other one is out. Now, this here, I keep talking about this US reference. This US reference is very, very important. And thank you very much, Lady Luck. I greatly appreciate it. And again, great talking to you last week. Yeah. Montana. The US reference is telling you everything you need to know about that state notary laws. Okay. And there's another topic I got to talk about real quick before we get out of here. And this goes through everything you need to know about notarial law for that state, the US reference. Okay. You get the membership, and then you can then turn around and where is it? Up here at the top, you can export it as a Word doc or a PDF, and you can print it out and keep it with you. And you can read it and highlight it so you can have an idea. Okay, well, somebody says this or somebody says that, or whatever the case may be, and you have it already marked and everything, and you can go to whatever. The US reference will help you out. This is what I use, and this is how I learned that there was things that I can't do in my state. I learned it from the US reference. So like in Virginia, we have not doc verified code we have a thing called Code of Virginia. Okay. And this here talks about all things. Let me scroll in so y'all can see. This is Code of Virginia. And this has all of the administrative codes, constitution, charters, authority, everything uncoded, uncodified acts, everything you need to know about whatever, you know, commercial sales. It tells you everything you need to know about commercial sales, breach and reputation. And it gets all down into the weeds of this stuff, everything. So it tells you all the legalese you would ever need to know, okay, about Virginia. And it has notary stuff in here. I think if I notary notarization, show the date, notarize outside the power, notary powers outside the Commonwealth, for use in the Commonwealth, evidence of authentication of Notarial Act, Notarial Acts, who may perform acts outside the Commonwealth, all of this. Is telling you everything you need to know. So, yes, and I'm going to get right to your question, Priscilla. Yes, the notary trainers are correct when they say every state laws are different. True, but every notary certificate has some basic elements to them that everybody has: the venue, the body, and the signature. And there's some things that you can teach somebody and help them to understand. And it's not always about the legalese of it. It's what is what are they asking for? Because every notarial certificate can be worded different, can add in stuff, can take out stuff. There's times when the date is in there, there's times when the date isn't, there's time when the signer's name is in there, there's times when it's not. There's time, and when it's not, it's sometimes there's blank lines in there. What goes in these blank lines? So sometimes you may be concerned about that or curious. And I think the average notary, if they've been doing this business for some time, can educate you and help you in order to figure it out. They may not be able to give you the answer, and I know that's probably how some of y'all are coming to them, and that's how they taking it. Or you want me to just give you the answer? Well, why don't you take time out, Mr. or Miss Notary Trainer, and help them down the path of finding it? No different than a teacher does with their kids and figuring out that math problem, figuring out how to conjugate verbs, all of that good stuff. So it says here. So correct me if I'm wrong, but if you ever have a title company ask you to notarize an acknowledgement for someone by way of translator, my understanding is that only Arizona permits it. Off the top of my head, I do not know. I do not know. Um, but the NNA is a good resource because I know when I was dealing with um a couple that they was from China, they was Chinese. They really couldn't understand me. I couldn't understand them, and we had a translator, and the translator made sure everything was kosher. And the translator was neutral, was not a part of it, just was there to tell them what I said and then tell me what they said. So and then I know, and I wish I could remember exactly, but some states say if basically if you and that person can't talk to one another, you can't do the notary, you can't do it. You can't do it at all. So some of them say it. And see, in Virginia, it doesn't say anything about it. There's nothing in our laws, codes, or anything that says yay or nay whether or not I can do a closing for somebody who is speak a different language. See, a title company asked me to do this last week, and I didn't do the notarization for them. The NNA membership is worthwhile getting. It's well worth getting. It is because it helped me. And I know there's people out here who got some bad stuff to say about the NNA. Yes, you call the NNA, you talk to Glenn, and then you call back and talk to Earl, then you call back and talk to Francine, and all three of them tell you the different thing. What I learned about the NNA is this: you have to ask the question the right way. If you ask the question the right way, and what is the right way, but you have to figure that out. That one you have to figure out. Take your emotion out, and primarily just ask the question like, can I do this? What does my state law say? And then primarily, if you go from the angle of, does my state law tell me that I can do this? Where is it at in my state law that outlines that I can or cannot do something? And I think if you go approach it that way, that'll help them to narrow it down, and then they'll be able to assist you. Some people are new with the NNA and they have not had as much experience or seen some of the issues that you're talking about. Whereas another customer service rep has gone across that, has come across that, and they're like, oh, I know what to do. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Here it is. Bam. So don't be too hard on the NNA. You know, they are doing the best they can. They're putting forth every effort to help us out. But don't be really, really hard on them. Give them the benefit of the doubt and understand that you're dealing with just another human being. Now, daggone it. And I forgot what I was gonna say. It was something. Shoot, shoot, shoot. Oh man. Mm, it was something I was gonna talk about. I might have to do a separate video on it. It was right, and I should have made a quick note. But yeah, so oh man. If I remember, I'll do another video. Just talk. Oh gosh. I completely, man, it was something I wanted to talk about and point out. Um, mm, any other questions? So yeah, get the NNA membership. I don't get any kickback, not asking them for that, but it is helpful. It is very, very helpful. And yeah, I checked with the NNA. They said I could not do it. I'm in California, so that's what they said from yeah. Um, last night, this is why it's important to be able to also stand your ground. And I don't remember if this is what I was going to say or not, but it might lead me into what I was going to say. But last night, I this is one of the things that I had in my situation. Okay, the lady's name was spelled. They had an E in her name where it should have been an A. Okay, so we was called in to talk about that, try to figure that out. Do they want her to line through initial and then spell it correctly underneath the signature line and then sign correctly, or do the documents have to be redone? So they said, no, just line through this, that, and the other, because they said the issue was only on the title documents. Anything from the title company, that's where the issue was. The lender documents was correct, and they were. So then the gentleman said she needed to sign this grant deed. Well, it was actually a quick claim deed. He said grant deed. And I kept asking him, I said, well, how does she need to sign it? Or just sign it? Does she need witnesses? No, she don't need witnesses. Come to find out, she did need witnesses. She did, because the property's in Florida. He was like, well, the title person said that you can do it, that you can that her husband can be a witness. And I was like, I don't think so. From Florida, no, I don't think so. Well, the title company said that you can, and just go with that. And I was like, whoa, hold on, fella. Mm-mm, mm-mm, mm. Talk to the title person. They was basing it off of, I believe, California law. Oh, that all they had to do is just be 18 years old. It can be any kid, a son, a daughter, whoever it is. And I was like, okay, I don't know if that's California law or not, but that certainly ain't Florida law that anybody in the house is 18 or older, regardless of their relationship, can be a witness on a document that that person is notarizing their family. I said, I don't think so. I don't think so. And they backed down and was like, oh, well, we didn't realize that yeah, Florida has it different. And I was able to take a stand, and I was running a risk of them like, well, we'll just get another notary. Okay, fine. But I'm telling you, because as a notary, we're responsible for making sure that things happen right. So everything turned out great. But this is why I'm saying, if you understand how to notarize, you will be fine in this business. Is marketing important? Yes, it is, but it's not the end all be all. And many of you are very, very good at marketing, and many of you take a lot of pride that you can market and do Canva and all of that stuff, but you're struggling with having confidence to do the job of a notary, which means you won't be consistent and you'll be broke because you don't spend money on stuff that you shouldn't have spent money on because you're scared and you're not able to do what you need to do because you're iffy all the way around. So if there's no more questions, any other questions, concerns, if I happen to remember what I was going to say, I will do another video. I wish I could remember it. But the US reference, all of those are tools that you can use to help you out. Um, and I just have full confidence that y'all can do this business. Um, just hands down. Y'all can do this. Y'all can do this. So if there's nothing else, Gonna bounce out of here. I'm gonna print my documents for tomorrow. Go get me some sleep. Get up. Go knock those out at 9:30. I think this is just a HELOC. Um, man, I'm trying to remember. I'm trying to remember what I was gonna talk to y'all about. It was something else. Um, oh man, it's slowly coming back. I can't remember. All right, let me get out of here. That way I can remember. All right. So anything else, party people? Anything else y'all got a question about, concern about? Um, anything. And thank you again for the super chats, all of that. Like I said, those new notaries, feel free to comment. Okay. I'm not coming at y'all when I talk, when I, question and all of that. I'm trying to get some answers and figure out where y'all at. But if you like a video that I've done, you gonna see it as a new notary in this business. Hit the super thanks, show some love. If you don't, you still got my respect. I'm still gonna do what I gotta do for you and help you to get to where you need to be. Um hmm, yeah, go on. What was that thing I was gonna say? I'll remember it. I'll probably remember in the middle of the night. Y'all know how I do. I've been remembered in the middle of the night, and then y'all see me pop out and throw a video up and stuff about it. But we'll figure it out. Other than that, I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. And get up, eat me some breakfast. Got my grocery shopping done. So um, we good. We good. So all hearts and minds are clear. Y'all be blessed. Have a good one. Enjoy this weekend. And lastly, again, if you are interested in getting some one-on-one help, email me. We'll figure it out. We'll come up with a fair price and go from there. But before you do, make sure you go to my Notary Basic playlist. Make sure you check out the Notary Basic playlist and in the channel and look at the videos. And if you still need help after watching those videos, I got you. All right. Y'all have a good one. Oh, two more comments. All right. Good job. Thank you. Thank you very much. First time in the live. Enjoyed it. Thanks again. You're more than welcome. Have a good evening, everyone. Good job. Hey, I do the best I can. This is who I am. This is my calling. I love running my mouth. I love teaching. I love helping people out, educating people. All of that. That's my thing. So y'all have a good one. Go check on the missus, see what she up to, and y'all have a good one. Peace.